What's mine is mine, what's yours is mine. Sharp and clever, but so sly. Above you all, I own the sky. I'll swipe your watch, your ring, your pride, and leave you staring starry-eyed. But don't get mad, it's just a game. You lost before you knew my name. Magpie knows best, better than you. I'll steal your shinies and trinkets too. I've got the smarts, I've got the style. You'll be undone with a wink and a smile. I laugh at crows, they're all so plain. They squawk and squabble, what a pain. But I swoop in with grace and flair, snatch what I want and disappear. So guide your jewels, your fancy gear. It's this one with the cup in it, thank you. So guard your jewels, your fancy gear, thank you. But let's be honest, I'm already here. A shiny trinket, I'll take that. I'll leave you broke, but never flat. Magpie knows best, better than you. I'll steal your shinies and trinkets too. I've got the smarts, I've got the style. You'll be undone with a wink and a smile. So lock it tight, hide it well, but baby, I can always tell. I spot the sparkle, I sense the gold, and soon enough it's mine to behold. Forever, 'cause I stole it. Magpie knows best, better than you. I'll steal your shinies and trinkets too. I've got the smarts, I've got the style. You'll be undone with a wink and a smile. Magpie knows best, better than you. I'll steal your shinies and trinkets too. I've got the smarts, I've got the style. You'll be undone with a wink and a smile. A wink and a sow in the corner of the lot. She's the one that everyone forgot. While you may not think she's pretty, I'm familiar with Miss Piggy. So I know something that you all do not.
What do you know, Magpie?
Let me tell you. She gets filthy in the pig pen with a man pig. She gets truly down and dirty with a hog. There's nothing she loves more than a good porker, and she'll even use her little tail to flog. Oh, the sow in the corner of the lot. The one that no one else has caught. Well, she's showing off that pork butt and covered in God knows what. But underneath it all, she's kinda hot. Well, it's because she gets filthy in the pig pen with a man pig. She gets truly down and dirty with a hog. There's nothing she loves more than a big porker, and she'll even use her little tail to flog. Oh, the sow in the corner of the lot. Now we know she'll never be forgot. If we see you lead her home, we'll leave you two alone and wait for your new sow to hit that spot.
What spot?
Oh, darling, the PIG spot. That one.
Where's that at?
I'll show you after. She gets filthy in the pig pen with a man pig. She gets truly down and dirty with a hog. There's nothing she loves more than a big porker, and she'll even use her little tail to flog. She gets filthy in the pig pen with a man pig. She gets truly down and dirty with a hog. There's nothing she loves more than a big, huge porker, and she'll even use her little tail to flog. Upon a charming girl, and Sarah Lindsay is her name. Her parents want a husband of riches, wealth, and fame. Well, I have have no wealth, and riches and fame have never come my way. Till the night I went to visit my love, and through the keyhole say, Sarah, Sarah, won't you come out tonight? Sarah, Sarah, the moon is shining bright. Put your hat and jacket on. Tell your mother you won't be long, and I'll be waiting for you round the corner. My Sarah is a girl like this, a girl you seldom see. She loves me only for myself and not for my money. And every night at 8 o'clock she puts her needle away, and standing just outside her door I through the keyhole say, Sarah, Sarah, won't you come out tonight? Sarah, Sarah, the moon is shining bright. Put your hat and jacket on. Tell your mother you won't be long, and I'll be waiting for you round the corner. One night a little after 8 I crept up to her door. I whispered, Sarah darling, as I'd often done before, I'll give you a Sarah, said a voice, as down I went a flop, as her mother started kicking me all around the shop. Sarah, Sarah, won't you come out tonight? Sarah, Sarah, the moon is shining bright. Put your hat and jacket on. Tell your mother you won't be long, and I'll be waiting for you round the corner. The old woman, she thought she'd killed me. Old bat, I let her think so too. As I lay there on the floor, I scarce knew what to do. At last she said, is she alive or dead? My girl, I'll let her wed. Yes. So up I jump into my girl. Thank you, ma'am, I said. Sarah, Sarah, won't you come out tonight? Sarah, Sarah, the moon is shining bright. Put your hat and jacket on. Tell your mother you won't be long, and I'll be waiting for you round the corner. Sarah, Sarah, won't you come out tonight? Sarah, Sarah, the moon is shining bright. Put your hat and jacket on. Tell your mother you won't be long, and I'll be waiting for you round the corner. What you're looking for won't be found easily. It grows upon the mountains in a sacred place. Up beyond the clouds in ancient ground, so they say. And many men have died trekking up that way. Once he's gazed upon her, a man is forever changed. The previous men return with darkened hearts and phantom pains. Ages come and go, but her life goes on the same. She lives to see the sun and feel the wind and drink the rain. Her colors change to mark the passing of the days. No earthly sight can match the beauty she displays. And when I die, I want her lying by my side. In my grave, in my grave. Whoa.
Hello. Good morning. Say hi, Mr. Bucket.
Hello, Mr. Bucket.
Is there ever a time when people don't do that joke?
No,
No.
probably
So Mr. Bucket and I are technically we're in Seymour, Missouri, working an event in Hartville, Missouri. This is the White Heart Valhalla Blooms. It's their spring Viking festival. I worked this one last year. I also will be working and worked last year their 3-weekend Renaissance Fair in June. I came back and did Yuletide here last year. I'm going to do that again this year. And they have a Halloween event that I didn't get to do last year because I was booked in Montana, I think. So I'm going to come back for this one. Basically, I work all of White Heart's events now except for their formal fancy balls, only because I was already booked somewhere else for both of them. So I like it here. This is a nice fair. This is the one, if you remember, last year I posted, I swear to God, it might have been this exact room. Honestly, it might have been. I sat in a chair like this and put my laptop on the bed. But I posted a video of me singing Parting Glass because that's White Heart's traditional end of day song. They're not a health to the company fair. They're a parting glass fair. Some people choose, you know what I mean? But you were here for that. It absolutely shat rain on us, and we had like a tornado warning. We got one song into the final pub sing of their Ren Fair season, and then we all had to make a break for it and run. So we didn't get to do Parting Glass, so I recorded a little video of it and then sent that out so that people could, pardon me, still have a little bit of closure. So I like this one. They seem to like me, so it's good. It's mutual. So that's what we're up to. This is a nice little fair. I like it here. I'm drinking, what kind of red wine did we buy in this box right there?
Merlot.
We bought boxed Merlot. That's what I'm drinking. Cheers. Happy Mimosas with Magpie.
I'm having son kids because I'm driving to the fair.
My DG, which means I get to have like way more wine than I usually do for Mimosas with Magpie. I also have a shot of bourbon in my bag that I'm like, right? I'm kind of throwing around pulling that out, but I'm also like, that's a lot for... It's only 9 a.m. where we are. That's a lot for 9 a.m. Even for like a fair day. For a person who has to frolic with children, that's a lot for 9 a.m. So that's what we're up to this weekend. I have a lot of time before I have to put my face on, so I'm going to talk a little bit more. There's a family here. I don't want to like spread their child's name and stuff on the internet, so I shan't. But there's a family here who I met last year. Might have been at this. I think it was at this one at Valhalla.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't here at this one. This is the first one.
Yeah. So their little guy. How old do you think he is? Maybe.
Yeah, he's grown a lot.
He's so tall now. Oh my God. He's maybe 8. Maybe I met him when he was 7. He's definitely on the spectrum, but he is wicked smart, and he's like super duper focused on instruments. And he loves the menagerie, and so he would happily just spend the whole fair day there. But his mom is really good about like they hang out for a while and then they do like a lap and do some shopping, and like she makes sure he actually eats something and drinks something, and then they come back and hang out for a while. So they were here yesterday. I didn't even tell you this. So, so this little guy comes with his mom, and then her dad and her mother, so grandma and grandpa. Mom and little guy left, and grandma and grandpa were at the feast that I was working, and grandma like yanked me aside nicely, pulled me aside, gently hugged me aside, and was just talking to me about like he watches all of your videos like every day, and like you have made such a difference in his life because now he has like validation that what he's interested in is like cool, and that other adults think it's cool, and that like his interests are cool, and that he should continue to pursue them. But then something else she said to me, I don't know why this touched me so hard, but like he's on the spectrum, so like sometimes he's real anxious. She says he struggles with like personal relationships basically, and like feeling confident that people like him and like are actually interested in him. So they didn't get to come to the Yuletide event, and they knew that I was there, but they didn't get to go. And Grandma said we were just anticipating a meltdown. Like, we were waiting for him to have a freak out because he wasn't going to get to see you, and he was going to be upset that, like, you weren't maybe friends anymore and stuff like that. And he instead was like, that's okay. Like, I can wait. And she said they have just been able to see such a maturity in him that he learned to be confident in how other people see him, and that he's like confident enough. This is the exact phrase she used, which just like blew my heart apart. But he's confident enough in his relationship with you that he felt safe, even though he couldn't come see you for like 6 months. He knew that when he walked in, it was going to be cool, and that his friend was going to be there, and that, you know, his safe place was still there. So I don't know why. Yeah. I just felt, I guess I'm sorry. Mimosas with Magpie was meant to be like not a cry thing. And I literally even said, don't make me cry today. And then I made myself cry. I guess I've just been feeling kind of discouraged. I talked about it on the podcast, but like launching the Buy Me a Coffee has felt like a total failure. Because I don't have that many people interested in it. I really thought I would. And so I've just felt like really discouraged, and like, I don't know. It's just been really hard because I'm like booked and I won like an award. But then like I launched this thing I'm really excited about, and I don't get a lot of like enthusiasm about it. And then like some other personal stuff has gone on that's just made me feel like not super enthused to do anything with my life. So it's just, I don't know. I guess really needed to hear that yesterday. And it makes me feel like we have a video that we shot that like probably a month ago, yeah, of us opening more instruments that we had ordered, that you had ordered, that I actually didn't get any impact on. They just showed up at the house. They started showing up, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? That I just have been like not motivated and like too sad to like edit and put together. And so now I'm like, but my little friend is depending on me and he needs stuff to watch. So I don't know.
I do want to brag about our little friend.
Go ahead.
Play a game. So this is one of another sneak peeks.
Here, I'm gonna move so you can.
Of a new instrument we got, and I didn't even know this instrument existed until like a week ago. And I was like, we got to get this for the menagerie because it's super weird. That should be long enough to try to guess what this is. He immediately walked in and was like, oh, that's a Taisho Goto. I was like, how do you know that? He was like, I saw a video on it. I can play it. And he came up and played it. And I was like, I didn't even know this existed until Monday.
And he's
ordered
already
it from
like,
Japan, got it. And he was like, yeah, I know what this is.
Mm-hmm. I know how to say it. I know how to play it. I know
Yeah.
exactly what is it again?
Taisho Goto.
Taisho Goto.
Taishogoto.
Taisho Goto.
It's a cute little built-in pick.
Pretty cool.
Also, I got the other pick out.
Nice.
I think when I placed it down, I must have shook it loose, and I got it out of the pick.
Nice.
But yeah, that gentleman is a genius. He really
is. I'm like, please put, I don't know. It's like, you got to get this kid in piano lessons or something. Yeah, he grew so much. I didn't even recognize him yesterday. I made eye contact with his mom. She also had a great big hat on. I think it was Grandpa's hat, and she was wearing it for a while. So when they walked in, actually, they came in when I was coming back from my first show or something. I walked back in the tent, and they were in there, and I made eye contact with her and smiled at her like I do at all patrons, because I'm, please come to my tent and frolic with all my instruments. But then I looked at him, and I was like, wow, that looks, oh my God, he's like another foot taller. He looked like, I don't know, you know how kids, they have that, there's this like weird line that happens in like first and second grade where they stop looking like a baby and they start looking like an actual like child. Does that make sense to you? To me, like they have in kindergarten and first grade, they still have their real like chubby cheeks and their real babies still. And then at like end of first grade, like second grade into third grade, depending on how your child blossoms, like they start to get like cheekbones and stuff. And that's what happened. He went from baby fat to cheekbones. And I was like, who the fuck is this young adult in my tent? So So that was really sweet. I've just felt really discouraged at the last couple weekends. I don't know. So I don't know. So that was nice of them. You turn around to check on me.
Sorry. If you wondering what I'm doing in the background, I'm doing work.
Yeah, Mr. Bucket, I'm going to tell them what happened yesterday. So Mr. Bucket has to do some stuff for work. He makes the training videos that UDF uses, and so right now he's adding, are you adding captions?
Yeah, I'm adding captions.
To like a training video on how to make cine minis.
And 4 other things.
Ooh. So this hotel that we're staying at, hey, well, I appreciate you being here, Justin. If, you know what, at least that counts. You were here. We stayed at this hotel a couple times. This is the one with the train tracks, like, right the fuck there. Literally right the fuck there. We're in the last hotel room and the train tracks are right the fuck there. But the trains don't blow their horns coming through, so it's, like, not too hideous. Let's see here. I should have organized my mirrored stuff before I started this, but, you know, would have made too much sense. But since I started staying here last year, in fact, to tell a very roundabout story, this time last year was my first gig at White Hart, and it was also the first time I attempted to camp last year. Mm-hmm. Attempt being the main word there. So I brought my little tent. We did not have a sleeping bag. Why? I don't know. But I brought my little tent and our little cot, and I stayed on the grounds Friday night, and I worked all day Saturday, and I packed up on Saturday after my day. I packed up my tent and put it in the car, and I drove to this hotel and booked myself a room for the rest of the weekend, and this is where I've stayed ever since. But when I started staying here last year, I was bummed because there's a Mexican restaurant next door, but it's closed. And I mean, I've many a time have I preached the merits of a delicious salty margarita at the end of a Ren Fair day. So I just was really bummed, have been bummed. It's never been open until this weekend when we rolled in and discovered that the Mexican restaurant has been purchased by new owners and has reopened. Oh, we were so excited. So, hang on, sorry, I'm just trying to multitask. So, yesterday we get back from fair. Mr. Bucket walks over. We have Cutwater margaritas in the fridge that you got at Dollar General.
No, Casey's.
Casey's? Because there's a Casey's like right the fuck there. And he picks me up queso and guac that I eat with tortilla chips that we bought from home that I know are safe to eat. And Mr. Bucket has the biggest fucking burrito I've ever seen in my entire life. Portion sizes are no joke here. But he also has 2 Cutwater margaritas and immediately is like, I'm drunk. Because he didn't eat enough yesterday. Like, I never eat enough at fair, but I'm fine most of the time. He did not eat enough at fair and then got immediately drunk. And because he was like, I needed to work on this captioning stuff. And I was like, just go to bed. Do it tomorrow while I'm doing the mimosas tomorrow. Just do it then. So, which was the correct choice. Our go-to is always, we're not very exciting when we're traveling. Like, and respectfully, like, while some of the places I've performed in are very interesting and exciting and cool, some of them are not. Like Hartville, Missouri. There's nothing to do here. You know what I mean? There's no experiences that we're missing out here by not going out in Hartville. You know what I mean? This is probably the smallest town I work in. So we often are very boring. Even in towns where there is stuff for us to do, we are still very boring. So our go-to is just to come back to the hotel room and then find Bob's Burgers on the TV. And that's it. We're just going to watch Bob's Burgers. I am in the home state of Chaperone. It's true. She is a Missouri farm girl. I have to look up where she's from. I don't remember anymore. We're also in, like, Amish land. Like, deep in Amish land. And that's what we were talking about yesterday, is, like, neither of us knows enough about Amish people. To know anything, really. Because Because, like, we're from Ohio, and there's the Amish in Ohio and Pennsylvania and shit like that. How did this troop of Amish end up in Missouri? Why did they, like, no shade to them. They're very, I mean, I don't live here. Like, welcome to them. I don't have an issue with them being here. I'm just curious how. Like, what made them stop in the middle of fucking nowhere, Missouri? I'm just so curious about that. What made them park in here?
We had so many speculations. I had so many speculations.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
You gotta talk louder.
Yeah. I had so many speculations yesterday.
Tell the people what your speculations were.
Well, like, my first thought is there's that whole, like, maximum village size thing, and once you hit a certain number, you have to go start a new village. Because what's that philosophy, right? Where, like, you can only know so many people, or a village falls apart after so many people.
Okay, but we both got that out of a John Dies at the End book.
But it could be true.
It is true. I Googled it, but it's still, like, we need to look that up more before we
speculate on it.
Because while it is a real thing, we did learn it from a fictional book that's, like, cosmic comedy horror. So, like, we need to look that one up more. What were your other suspicions?
My other thought was exiled. Jebediah did something wrong and had to leave, so he went to Missouri.
Started his own community.
Yeah.
With horses. I was trying to think of something like hookers and blowjobs. With horses and butter. There you go. One time, I think it was this time last year when I was here for the Viking thing, because I think I wore pants to one of the Viking days last year because it was hot. It's colder this weekend. It was hot last year. But I got paid. I got my check, and then I put all my shit in the car and was driving back to the hotel from the fair, and then was suddenly like, did I put the check somewhere safe? I have done that at White Hart once, where I put my check down somewhere and I put my phone on top of it, and then I walked away from both of them and lost them for a while. Cool. So I suddenly was like, fuck, what did I do with the check after Brian gave it to me? So I pulled over into this driveway of a house. It's pitch fucking black. Or on country roads, there are no streetlights. And I hop out the car, and I'm in, like, my passenger seat. I've opened the door. I'm in the passenger side, digging through my purse. I find my check, and I'm like, great, okay, I did stick it in my purse like a responsible adult. So rare that I needed to double check that I did it. And as I'm closing the door and, like, la la la, about to hop back in the car, I realize there is an Amish horse and buggy coming at me because I have parked in their fucking driveway. And I'm like, I'm, bald, covered in weird makeup and glitter. I'm wearing, because it was hot, I'm wearing one of my little, like, like off the shoulder chemises, and I don't have a bra in, so it's, like, very obviously, like, boobies McGee, like, and this whole Amish family is just looking at me like, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I just needed to check something in my car, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'll move. And he was, Mr. Amish man was like, it's fine, and just drove the horse and buggy around my car and went straight up their driveway, and I was just like, how did I pull into the one driveway of the one horse and buggy that was on the road, for fuck's sake? So, yes, a lot of my fairs still do paper checks, like a lot of them. No, I actually can't think of any fairs that do direct deposit. Can you, babe? We got paper checks at Ohio.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like we've been paid in Venmo once before. Right?
You're right. I have been Venmo'd before. That was my payment.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think we've ever gotten, like, direct deposit. Because that requires, giving them your banking information. They have to do a pre-note on it to make sure, like, that account works. So there's a lot that goes involved in direct deposit setups for, like, payroll systems.
And many run fairs are far too lazy to do any of that sort of pre-work. So, yeah, so they're almost all, if I don't get paid in cash, I get a paper check. Like, there's no, every once in a while I get a Venmo. Selma does like both. Selma is one of the very few fairs I work where they pay you a deposit. Hey, Julie. They pay you a deposit, which is like nice, but I personally don't need it. Like our finances, I don't live gig to gig, but there are many people who do, so like it is really good for them. So when you sign your check with Selma, they send you some of your fee by Venmo like right away, so that they kind of have you on lock and you won't book anywhere else for sure. And then at the end of the fair, they pay you with a paper check. So lots of strategies. And then, like, I'm pretty sure the fairs in Montana only paid me in cash. Sometimes you can tell it's for slightly nefarious tax dodging purposes, but it's not my problem. I don't run these fucking fairs, and I pay. You pay. You ensure our taxes are paid. So we don't need to worry about that. And the hilarious, I definitely got, Montana asked me for a, what is it, a W-2? Or W-9?
Or something. Yeah.
They asked me for one in, like, March, when, weren't they supposed to have 1090s or whatever out by...
End of January.
And yeah, so in March...
Basically, they asked for it after the due date.
Way after the due date. Like, hilariously after the due date. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, we also only ever received maybe 4 total for the entire year. And when we were doing our taxes, our agent was like, you don't have all of them? No. We probably never will.
No.
We're reporting more income than what we have, so, like, nothing shady going on.
So, okay, I'll put my lips on later. So, there was something else I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what it was. I don't remember. Oh, I still need to put glitter on. It's nice. It's cold. It was pretty cold yesterday, especially, it was really just the breeze. There was a very cold, I need a mirror that's not my computer to do this. Very cold breeze, but if you were in the sun, it was nice. And then today's going to be a little bit warmer, so I think today's going to be, like, extremely gorgeous. We also thought it was going to rain yesterday, and then it didn't. It rained all night beforehand, so then we had a lovely dry day yesterday. So this is one of those fairs where it's not going to be super busy in the morning on Sunday because everybody's in church. But then it'll pick up a little bit as the afternoon goes on. Now, I have yet to see an Amish family this year. Have you seen one yet, Tyler?
At fair, no.
No? Damn. We do get one usually per weekend. They're just like...
We do pass by them a lot on the road.
Oh, yes. Well, we are driving through their homes. So it's nice. I'm wearing my long woolen Viking dress, which is my favorite one and much more comfortable. Mr. Bucket did not dress warmly enough, but at least I did remember to get his cloak. Mm-hmm. We should have brought your boots, baby.
You know, my feet aren't cold.
Yeah, but the rest of you would have been warmer had your feet been covered.
No, sir.
Yeah. So. I also blew the shit out of my voice yesterday. They do like a Viking feast for the end of this one every night, and I did Battle Ravens, just absolutely blew the fuck out of my voice, so I will not do that tonight.
Again, you can also hear your toes from our booth.
I know, and that was after I sang Battle Ravens. That was way after. At the end, I did a toast, and Tyler said he could hear me from the pub all the way.
And I could hear the people respond.
That's true. They meant it. Yeah. Yes. And then I think I might have pissed some people off because they did like an instrumental verse of Parting Glass. And so I got off the stage and went around and clinked glasses with people, which is what you do during Health of the Company and not Parting Glass necessarily, but I felt stupid just sitting up there and I wanted to like go hang out with people. And people seemed very appreciative and like happy to be included. And then I turned around and some of the people on stage looked pissed. that I had taken any sort of initiative and gotten off the stage. And then it's just like, what the fuck ever.
How can you make their experience better?
Also, we can talk about this because this is behind a paywall. Last year I ran the pub sing here a couple weekends because they asked me to. And yesterday, one of my fellow performers came up to the tent before we opened and mansplained to me that he would be running pub sing for the rest of the year and until he stopped performing at White Hart. So in perpetuity, he will always run the pub sing now. And then told me that when we do the pub sing in the summer, you're not allowed to do a song that not everybody knows. That we all have to be on stage at all times and playing along with people, and that we all have to do songs that everybody else knows. I was like, sick, cool. Thanks for stomping all the creativity out of it. I guess I'll fuck off. Like,
also the same guy who had to be asked not to do pub sing and had you replace him.
Yes, this
So
person did such a shit job that they asked me to do it. So I don't understand why. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if he threw a hissy fit and made that like a stipulation of I won't come back if you keep letting her run pub sing, or if you keep letting me not run pub sing.
How dare you let a woman do a man's job?
I don't know what the deal was. This is the same performer who was really, really nice to me when I was here the first time for Valhalla Blooms. And then I showed up for the Ren Fair in June with my husband, and he didn't seem to like me very fucking much anymore. And it's been like that ever since. So that's kind of my attitude. Julie, maybe this person should fuck right off. So, so that was like how I started my day yesterday, was being mansplained to that pub sing would no longer ever be under my jurisdiction, and that in the summer I better be prepared to play things that everybody knows. It's like, okay. Yeah, I got that. I got that vibe from him, like, a lot. So, just rude. Just mean.
That's not what a pub sing is, right? A pub sing is supposed to be a quick variety act. So if you didn't get to see somebody perform, you get to see a little bit of their thing. It's a quick highlight. It's not something like everyone's on stage performing all at the same time. I've never been to a pub sing like that.
That's how I like to run pub sing. Is like everybody gets their moment in the sun, because not everybody's gonna catch every single fucking show. So then if a patron didn't get to see your show, they now get to see you and get exposed to you. Like, it's good for your fellow performers. It's good for patrons so they get the full gamut of everything that your fair has to offer. Like, it's just good marketing to have like a variety show pub sing and not a. That's like a folk sing along. That has a great amount of value, but put that on the calendar or put that on the schedule as something else. If you just want to have a folk sing along, that's what that is. That's not a pub sing. Like, those are two different events to me, and forcing the pub sing to now become a folk song sing along, I think is going to kill the vibes personally.
Also, this just shows, like, this man does not write his own music then. You could never do original work.
He does, like, yeah, he definitely does write his own music. He's been in he performs alone here, but I guess in theory he has multiple bands he's in. Some of them are with his own family, I think, like, so in theory he's written his own music, but it's just, I don't know. There does definitely seem to be this sort of superiority complex among specifically men who are Ren Fair musicians, who, if you don't know every single folk song there ever fucking was, they don't really believe that you're an actual musician. And it makes me want to be like, oh, I almost just told you his name. It makes me want to be like, I'll hand you my fucking viola, motherfucker. You want to go perform a recital? Good luck. You know what I mean? Like, I have a vast majority of skills that you fucking don't. And just because I don't know the chords to every single Celtic folk song, that probably one isn't even actually Celtic and is just an Americanized, bastardized version of a fucking Canadian song. Like, ooh! There's too many dudes mansplaining to me at the Ren Fair this weekend, and I'm just not here for it. A couple weekends ago, I had some dude mansplaining to me the difference between a cello bridge and a guitar bridge when I had both of them in my hands, and I just wanted to be like, It's like sometimes I'm like, what's that guy's name? Ron in Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
In Home Depot, where the guy comes up and is like, "Can I help you with anything?" He's like, "I know more than you. Like, I have a degree in this, motherfucker. Sit down." Like, Jesus Christ. Sometimes I am good at things. I look stupid. I understand. I paint myself to look stupid, but like, I do know some shit. I genuinely think people think we accumulate all these instruments just to like look at them in our home and that we don't know how to use any of them. Like, and so when they see a cello, they're like, "Oh my God, I played cello for 2 years in middle school. Can I show my friends how to play?" And I'm like, "No, I can show you how to play. Your bow hold looks like shit." and secretly, your posture looks horrible. Like, meh. So that's my other. I'm gonna say this too. That's my other thing. People who come up to us and are like very, very passionate about their like high school band experience where they marched and played trumpet for a year, and then want to compare that to like what we do.
Our 4 years and more of school.
Yeah, like we're classically trained musicians. I perform on the road 99% of the time, like full time. We own a glut of instruments. Like, they're not the same, and it feels a little shitty for people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, the only comparison I can think of is, like, I've spent hours of my life playing The Sims. Hours. Days. Months? Perhaps, if you added up all of the time that I have spent in The Sims. That doesn't mean I think I could build or decorate or design a home. You know what I mean? Like, that's the comparison. I play The Sims so I can build home. Like, I played cello in 7th grade, so I am expert musician. Like, that's what it feels like. People are making the comparison, and I'm just like, well, I guess me and my degree will just fuck right off over here, and you can just explain what you want. So, somebody mansplained the kalimba to me yesterday, too.
I always love that. You know it's tuned wrong.
I'm like, baby, it's not tuned. Like, I haven't tuned it since I bought it. This, technically, you know where I got that kalimba?
As a gift, right?
No. My ex-husband's parents bought it for him as a Christmas present, like many, many, many years ago, and somehow I ended up with it, and now it lives in our menagerie, which is why I die. Like, it kind of, like, it stays outside overnight sometimes. I kind of disrespect it. So it's like the little tines are kind of rusty, and I don't have the hammer that you're supposed to hammer it. And I want to just be like, I have 8 million other instruments in here that are tuned. If you feel that desperate to like perform a melody or something, I have 800 other instruments that you can perform it on. Like, I'm sorry, my kalimba's not in tune. Or the people who come in and tune the guitar and they fuck it all up. We've always...
Somebody untuned the dulcimer.
Yesterday?
Yeah. It was somebody who works at the fair, too. He tuned the drone or like the low string down a whole bunch.
Why?
I don't know. He was like, "Oh, it's out of tune." And then a child went to play. He was like, "This doesn't sound right." I'm like, "You're right. You're absolutely right." And then I tuned it back up to D.
I just like the gall, the audacity of walking into all of our instruments and assuming that you know better and that you know how to tune it better than we do, rather than just saying to me, "Hey, I think this is out of tune. Can you fix it?" That's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's like that one person who wanted to retune the mandolin but didn't even know what it was called.
Right? You don't know what the instrument is.
It's tuned to if you don't. It's not guitar tuning.
That's what I think. That's what it is. It's just like, just don't assume. Why are you assuming you know more than us? Why are you assuming it's okay to do that to an instrument that does not belong to you? Like,
and there are certainly people who do know more than us.
Oh yeah.
And those people are fine.
Those people are always
people
polite.
don't usually ask. They're just like, "This is not my equipment. I don't want to mess with it."
It's always people who actually play like a bowed instrument. They'll ask so politely if they can try the cello, and then I'm woman-splaining the cello to them, and then I hand them the bow, and they have an actual bow hold, and I'm like, oh, you didn't need me this whole time. I'm gonna fuck off, and I'm gonna let you enjoy this instrument. If you have any questions, you let me know, but you don't need me, and I'm happy to let you just explore. Okay, like, bye. Like, and also, like, I have 80 fucking little kids behind me that are gonna break all my other shit if I don't turn around and look at them. But yeah, those are the when I hand somebody a bow and they immediately are like, "Oh, a bow hold." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna fuck off. You go, go with God, baby. Have fun." Like, I'm just like, I'm not. Ugh. Yeah, it's literally like the audacity, the absolute fucking audacity. I cannot wrap my brain around it. I don't know. Anyway, we should probably get sort of moving.
Yeah, I have 2 more of these I need to finish, but I can do it when we get home.
How long does 2 take?
If I'm focused, maybe another 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Okay, then I'm going to wrap this up so he can focus as well, so that we can get on the road. Thanks for being here, you guys. I appreciate you.
Is it Julie and
It's
Justin?
Julie and Justin, yeah.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Justin.
I texted my mom the link, but... we tried. Okay. I don't have anything else to say. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being chill with me this week while we dealt with all the horrible things happening in our home. Magpie will be back next week. And next weekend, are we at Surf next weekend?
Yep, we'll be there for
5 weekends.
5 weekends.
So we'll do a Mimosas from Seymour as well. Oh, maybe she was watching.
Your mom just texted
my
you.
Mom just texted me.
I was here. I wonder if you are watching from like your TV or as a guest, it doesn't show up.
Maybe that's what
and
it is.
I can see maybe Mary doesn't have a.
And also, like sometimes in the Apple thing, if you hit because it comes up as like a little video in your message, right? And sometimes you can just play the video in your messages, and then I don't know if that shows up either. So, anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
Well, hi Mary, over there. We're doing okay.
Oh yeah, we are doing okay. We'll do a Mimosas next weekend from Seymour, Indiana. Or maybe just from the surf grounds. I think I tried to do that last year and I did not have good service.
Your phone wouldn't hear your voice.
That's what it was, but I have new phone. It'll be fine. Okay, yeah. So we'll do it. We'll do it from surf for sure. I hope you guys are gonna come out and see us. I know Julie's gonna come that second weekend. I think. So if you can come to the ball, please do. If you can't, please spread the word. That's okay. Yeah, I know it's Asheville is next weekend as well. So. Certainly don't begrudge anybody supporting a charitable event. You know what I mean? Asheville is like 100% donation based, so no issues there. Have a good time, and we'll see you then. All right? Yeah, 5 weekends in Seymour, huh? Mm-hmm. It's the first time I've done the whole season, so that's kind of exciting.
So the closest thing we have to do so far this year,
yeah,
which will be nice.
It's our closest gig. Well,
it's not our closest, but is it actually? I mean, Justin, your birthday is the closest.
No, I think the Orphans thing I just did in Centerville.
That was even closer.
Is even closer. I think that's it. Okay, friends. I'll talk to you later. Have a lovely week. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.